So, as many of you guys know, um, we had all the Cinder situation happening in the VTuber community that is still happening, even though there is nothing much to talk about anymore. But a lot of other VTubers are giving answer to this, and then a huge ton of other VTubers are reacting to this, as I am now and will. And I reacted to a Tecton video, a huge Tecton video that, with my react, it seemed like more than 2 hours of video. So I did that. I also went through some tweets. So this is my third video talking about the Cinder situation. This time, I will go through the Cinder apology with you guys here. I will read that, and I will focus basically in the Shylily answer because it's the one that I'm most interested in, since Shylily is still probably the VTuber that I watch the most. So yeah, let's do this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I think it begins here, right? There is nothing I can say to make this better, but I will try my best to properly convey my feelings, frustrations, and mistakes. I like to explain my point of view and apologize to each part affected. Redacted has been my co-content creator since I began making content, managing all aspects of what I do and being a major part of why I'm here. We have also been in a relationship. Finally, she admitted it. Oh God! Of course, she's admitted it because it's became public. But yeah, what it costs to admit that, huh? We have also been in a relationship since the start of my endeavors. Wow. So it has quite a long time. It's no secret that many VTubers choose to keep their public and personal lives separate. Yes, I can agree with that. I don't think you should hide this kind of information. I don't think you had to. You would have more trust points from your audience. I think it will make no difference at all. And I'm no different. I mean, thinking about it, I think it would because of the type of the content that you was practicing lately. Yeah, I've heard that I'm not watching Cinder. I don't look your content for more than 1 year, I guess. But I think it has even more time than that. I'm not quite sure. But when I used to look back then, it was more wholesome. I mean, at least less loot than what I heard it's now. The audience wouldn't like to see a very loot girl VTubing while she had a boyfriend. Probably more because of the boyfriend himself. I don't know. So let's continue. Personal life separated, and I'm no different. As of yesterday, he's no longer working with me, and I have no extensively discussed any of this with him. Where our personal situation goes from here will be figured out between us privately. Okay, that's fine. I never intended to mention us publicly. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not, Sinder. But given that the claims are out there, I want everyone to know I'm taking this seriously. After years of working on everything together, this hyper-business-oriented outlook warped my view of what it is I should be doing and what should be important to me as I navigate this career path. I have a terrible work-life balance as it is, and being around projects and streams all day, every day, made me lose sight of the point. It took all of this happening for me to realize this behavior isn't normal or healthy, and it's not an outlook I want to have. This doesn't absolve me of the things I've willingly done wrong and went along with, or the way I've treated people who were fully undeserving. Well... oh no, she's... I can't really tell. I can't really feel that she's like a Matrix movie, avoiding everything. Like... but let's go. You guys soon... I will not point this out very much because at this point all of you guys are aware of Cinder's response and answer. Answer. It's the first time I'm reading this. I only heard about the others that reacted to this, but I actually didn't not even watched the others reading this or read it myself. So I'm doing so right now. In respect to the rights of answer, of course. And then, but the point of this video will be Shylily's response in Twitter and her video. Gonna go through all of this. In regards to Nonetheless, for the majority of the time working with her, Red was the one almost solely doing the communication about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. Nano had a project server. We were only part of where the actual art and models were worked on, but the conversations were focused around the work itself. I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions. Oh no, she's already throwing him under the bus already. It was so fast. There are... Look at this board right here. I don't know if you guys can read. There is more 6 pages. We are in the first, and she's already throwing him under the bus. Oh my god. Nano had a project server. We were only parts of where the actual art and models were worked on, but the conversations were focused around the work itself. I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulations over Nano's commission decisions, and I should be being more diligent in my oversight. Yes, it should. Every time I had been told that Nano had agreed to work on a new commission with me, it had been willingly and with excitement. From my point of view, it was that she genuinely wanted to be with... Oh, come on. We saw the prints, we saw the conversations. She was like 100% being forced and pushed to do so. There is no way to deny it. Come on. Oh god, this is... Come on, this is stupid. I didn't finish it. Even the first place is already stupid. I wanted to work with Nano as much as I possibly could, making her art the face of my brand. We had come to the conclusion that it'd be in my best interest to talk with Nano about making more time for my projects by negotiating with her to cut out other work. This was wrong for us to push onto her, and it was wrong to the other creators who wanted the chance of working with her. There was only one specific creator we were responsible for naming and pressuring Nano into reconsidering projects with, not an entire list. Of her own volition. Nano cancelled a large but... Oh, I can't stand this. I can't stand this. Of her own volition, Nano cancelled a large portion of her model commissions last September. It's like she think that we... Like... All that we've seen up to now was a mirage, and we already forgot about everything. I don't know what she was thinking when writing this. Oh my god. Let's continue. I did give her a lot of work, and we did everything we could to accommodate her schedule if she needed more time or a break, and even helped her with her own project payments multiple times. I've invited her on my stream. I've sent her my merch and things she's made for me, and I was always open to talking to her about things outside of our projects. In the instance, we would message each other. Regarding the exclusivity deal made between them, I had no part in the direct negotiations of their eventual agreement, and I had no knowledge of Bao and Cotton being included in this list. If I hadn't known my friends were included, I would have said something to put a stop to it. I was only aware of it being about one person who I was unfairly pursuing. When Nano had messaged me about this agreement, almost a month later, I was under the assumption this was only about Silvervale. I was upset, and my initial message to her were very guilty-trippy. But I wasn't going to force Nano to do anything she wasn't okay with, and tried reassuring her that I was okay with her decision. Not very much likely so. Nano had also never come to me as seriously and professionally as her document was looking to address the issues she had with either of us, or to terminate our partnership. I had no idea there was even a conversation about Shylily recently between Red and Nano until reading her document. It's true, I had confided in Red that lately I hadn't been hearing from Lily like I had in the past and was worried something was wrong. But that's as far as it went, and he took it upon himself to try digging for more info. And I was never even aware Nana was ever planning to work on a model for another of my friends. Giri, I don't know. I do not condone anything about what Red said about Bao in these DMs either, and him using we and our in this context is abhorrently incorrect, and I believe was done to gain greater credibility behind what he was saying. Yes, Red and I were initially upset when Bao hired my editor, and I took it personally when I shouldn't have. I felt as if maybe my content wasn't good enough, or like I wasn't paying enough for his work. But I accepted it and was happy for him for getting that bag and supporting one of my friends at the same time. And yes, I was also upset when Zack, the Boss Rush MV editor, had told us that he won't be working on any future projects with us and would instead be working exclusively for Bao. But Red got it in his head that it was Bao's fault that it had. Oh no. She destroyed literally everything in Red's accountability. She's not taking any accountability at all. Any. And seemingly held a grudge against her for it. He was very passionate about. I mean, the only accountability, to be fair, the only accountability that she's taking is saying that she should be aware of what Red is doing, which is a lie, of course. Yeah, so there is no accountability at all. Had told us that he won't be working on any future projects with us and would instead be working exclusively for Bao, but Red got it. I read this already. I'm sorry. I sometimes I lose myself between the tests. He was very passionate about Boss Rush and the potential future projects around it, but he told me without an MV editor as talented as Zack, the future projects wouldn't reach the same heights. So he created his headcanon that's laid out in those DMs. I wasn't convinced that this was the case, but it's my fault for never speaking with Bao about these things directly to clear things up, and letting it spiral to the point it got to. Every comment here about her own music, guilt tripping, and claims about our shared feelings towards her are disgusting, and I honestly don't know why he thought this was about my close friend beyond their resentment over those two things, or why it was worth sabotaging her over. I will not even comment this. I will just go through it all. We still need to. The objective of this video is Shylily's response, and this is taking much more than I expected. I don't know if I should I continue this, or I don't want this to be so big. We are in 14 minutes already of recording. Just Shylily's response video, I think is 17 minutes. No, it's gonna be too long. Yeah, I think everyone's aware of Sinder's response already because I'm probably one of the last ones recording, so yeah, I think we've seen enough. Let's jump to the to Shylily's response to this on Twitter. So Shylily began saying, "The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive of you have been devastating. I have never been so heartbroken. It hurts so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting, reading and hearing of how you've really viewed me behind my back. Not just through screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages, while having to sit here and read through these bullshit lies you spin makes me want to vomit. To claim that you didn't know a single thing, it had zero awareness of what your man was up to when everyone who is shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friend is sickening. Let me scroll down. I have experienced your own actions without red. In a situation where in your own screenshotted words, you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is. Oh god, I remember seeing this in the Tecton video. Oh my god, this is... Why she had to care so much about this? This is disgusting. And proceeded to throw one of your most loyal, supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for failing them. Just to earn the bag and compete with me over a V-Cards collab that's you rescheduled to be on the exact date your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them, instead blaming me for a collab you rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you were being a bad friend. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to on one of the most important days in that friend's career? Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities in platforms to earn to begin with. You're welcome, by the way. Yes, and we all know what we are talking about here. Probably gamer subs. You claim that it's just business. Well, in the business world, there has to be accountability. All you've done is try to shove it away, yet admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're only feeling sorry about yourself, your own consequences, your career. You try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro Pups deserve better. This I have no words to... This was amazing. Lily here, Shylily here wasn't enough. It was everything but nothing shy. For real. This is my Oshi. Yes. Just yes. Here you can see some response of some VTubers. Ebiko, which is the shrimp, our shrimp girl. The truth is, this apology would have never seen the light of the day if everything hadn't been exposed. I knew exactly how it would play our last night when I spoke up. I spoke about management, the same entire cycle, all over. Every time, you know, guys, every time I hear about management now, I remember the shondo saying about managers being all boyfriends. I remember this every time now. The same tired cycle all over again. Crocodile tears, hollow words, and desperate damage control. Not because you feel any real remorse, but because you're terrified of losing what you built off the backs of the people you betrayed. So many looked up to you. You had everything. You were at the top, and you had no one to blame but yourself. Exactly. She pointed out it perfectly. Thank you for posting this and giving more context. I also watch very much Mary Yumi. Thank you for posting this and giving more context, and I am so sorry you've had to experience this. You didn't deserve this, Lily. Sending you the biggest hug right now. And we see many more VTubers here. So yeah. Let's talk about the video that Shylily recorded in her main channel, in YouTube channel. I can't wait to see what she's gonna say in the video. So,
there's two things I genuinely wish to address, not because, a lot of people were making it a big deal, but some people have brought it up in replies and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just explain. When everything went down, God.
Yeah, let the girl explain.
Bao's cries are forever ringing in my head. That was so tough. I'm having a hard time being upset with it.
So she's saying that she heard Bao crying, or there is a video that Bao is crying in the video, or something like that. I'm sorry, I didn't see Bao's answer to this yet. To be honest, Shylily is the first that I'm watching and reading. With you guys here, it's the one that I'm the most interested. I don't know if it's worth to go through all of the others because I'm already very late with doing dance. Actually, I don't think it's worth to do the other ones because everyone's aware. I'm not quite sure. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see my reaction. I want to see a video about the other girls.
Anyone who still trusts and forgives her, because, and I say this in all honesty, the reason it worked for so long is because her words are as sweet as butter, and chances are yours probably simply just as easily manipulated as everyone else. If you read all of these things and you see nothing wrong with it, give it a few years. The only night that was difficult was the first night after dropping the first doc. It was 10 AM, I had to go to bed, and just being scared of what the heck a literal manipulator could possibly come up with overnight, and what a shit show you could possibly wake up to.
Oh my God.
It's literally just hearsay, the entire apology. And worst of all, throughout this whole hearsay, it's full of bullshit. If yesterday was the first time you saw me crash out, which I'm pretty sure that is for every single person ever in this community, I'm sorry. Reading this made me more vulnerable to demonic possession. I highly suggest you check it out yourself. Everything that is publicly available is through receipts. Needlessly to say, more stuff has happened, but most of these things don't have receipts, or the receipts have personal, private stuff attached to it.
It's really needless to say. We can imagine. This is all what came to light. I imagine that there are more stuff, a lot, a whole more. I mean, this might be just like 10% of all of it, probably. Very much likely so, but the thing is, do you guys want to go deeper into this? I mean, I'm not sure. I think it was enough. I don't know. I have no idea what you guys are planning to do. And also, there's the thing that you guys had the screenshots. You guys have had everything prepared to point all of these out, but you guys probably don't have for the to talk about this, and that's why maybe you didn't, or just because it was so soon and too fast, so you guys probably didn't have the time to go through all of it. I don't know. But I'm not quite sure. But maybe we're gonna see more later. I have no idea what you guys are planning to do, Lily and Bao and others. Will you guys keep posting things about Sinder, her wrongdoings, and etc.? Oh, gonna stop right there.
It's just,
I have
you
no
just
idea.
can't share. Some of the stuff
And
you
I'm
might
saying,
talk
like,
about
she
today
was
is hearsay because
And I'm saying all of this, like she's gonna watch this and tell me. Oh my God.
that's
Of course
just
not.
my own experience that happened in person. It's my word against whoever else wants to challenge it, and that's okay. The next couple days will just be people expressing the disappointment. It is typical narcissistic manipulation fashion. Like, this whole document... Like I said, if you don't see it that way, I don't blame you. Chances are you're too young and naive. You're just as gullible and easy to manipulate. If you don't see it, I fully get it. I don't support it. I hope you'll eventually see it. It's typical. I take accountability.
No, Lily. There is no way one cannot see it. There is no way. The person who doesn't realize that has some kind of problem. Real problem with their brains. For real. It's one... one-brained person, one-brain cell person. I don't know what to say. I really like
for
words
nothing.
in this moment.
I shoved the blame over to my man. I knew nothing. Everything was behind my back. I'm sorry you feel this way.
100%, to say the least. Just to begin.
Come on. It's just business fashion. When a company has an employee fuck up, guess what? The company has to take actions. The company has to pay damages and make amends for the employee. It's just business. You burn your Sinder merch. You do what you wanna do. If that's how you cope with this, that's also okay. You don't have to atone for someone's sins and feel bad about the good times you've had. Whether they were fake or not doesn't matter. You had a good time. Again, if you cope by burning your merch, I ain't judging. You cope the way you wanna cope. I cope through memes and making fun of things. That also isn't fucking perfect. But if you have it in you and you can cope with it, try and donate everything you've got. Any shirt, sweater, figurine, plush, whatever the fuck it is, just donate it. I'm strongly anti-drama. I don't care for it. I'm usually not well informed. I'm not very chronically online either. I often wake up, go stream, go game, go bed. The thing with the no drama rule is, every time you have rules like this, there's a line that cannot be crossed. Because once that line is crossed, it's fair game. It's all fair game. And based on people's reaction, I don't think anyone blames me for getting involved and speaking up and strongly speaking about it. Once a certain line is crossed, it's fair.
Of course not. Of course not. You were so based. I watched you for a long time already. So much time already. I not watch every time, but often. Nowadays, I don't watch so often, like the last 1 month, maybe 2, I'm not watching any VTuber or anything at all because my life is a mess. But by the time I'm watching you, quite, I think more than 1 year, maybe 2, I'm not sure, I'm not good with dates. I've never seen you do such a thing. It was so interesting, so amazing, it was very fun. And she deserves all of that, so...
fair fucking game. I don't give a shit what kind of rules or morals I've got. It's fair fucking game. Man, I do wish I'm living at the goddamn ass crack of the world compared to all my friends. I really wish I could just have a short little flight over and be like, man, I'm sorry, Boober. Everyone is so sad. I don't want to make it sound like only Bao is sad, but Bao got stabbed real bad. Let me just address 2 things, because I know most people are caught up. Then I'll get you a TLDR. I know it hasn't been getting any traction whatsoever, but I've seen some, let's call them valid calls, where people go, if Lily knew all this, why didn't she speak up sooner? I'm not a fucking bitch. Everyone who's had a long-lasting, healthy friendship knows that sometimes you lash out. I'm not gonna fucking cancel my fucking friends just because they called me a bitch, or in the heat of the moment and in great panic they threw me under the bus once. Sometimes, when you're backed in the corner, scraping the bottom of the barrel, you cope by lashing out. You deflect. I'm not saying it's good, but it happens. I'm not gonna throw a fucking Google Docie out there just because I've been mildly done wrong once.
Also, I found very fun that each Google document starts like the same, like, oh, we don't want this to be a witch hunt. This was so, that was so cringe. That was cringe. Maybe from a legal point of view, that was necessary. I don't understand these things, but this might be the reason that everyone was starting saying that. This is probably the reason. But even so, that's so cringe to look at. That is so cringe. Kind of a little bit disgusting, but I understand. I understand.
The actual starting point, the dominoes fell when one thing leaked. One singular thing. Like 5 or so days ago. It was about me being slandered, throwing all kinds of accusations around to Nano, making me seem problematic. They were saying I dodged collabs with them. Collabs that had like 7 fucking other people in there. Collabs I was thrown into in a big ass group chat and simply said, sorry, can't do. Because I have something that day. One of them was a dentist thing. The day after the dentist, I just simply didn't fucking want to. And the other one, yeah, I dodged. Yeah, I did. Because at that one, I already knew. The one person that is the reason for me dodging is the one concerned as to why I'm dodging. What about the 6 other people who were just looking at me dodging and going, oh, okay, she's busy. It's kind of weird that the only person that has a reason to be weary was actually weary. It's called projection. Cause she fucking knew. Anyways, I was accused of not acknowledging her when she rates. Oh, sorry. You know when Buff rated me earlier, I'm sorry for not calling Buff's full government fucking name. Buff Pop of Twitch.tv, thank you so much for your raid and bringing your community from Buff Pop from Twitch.tv over here. Now I get to say it. When she rated, she is center fucking stage. I am
That was so cringe to watch. Yes, I've seen that in the Tecton video. I don't know if you guys remember. She was blaming Lily that she wasn't grateful enough to her raid in her stream. Like she didn't call her name and didn't bow it to her to thank so much for leading audience to there and etc. That was
pausing my
so
sponsor
disgusting.
to talk to her. I'm having a normal ass reaction to a raid like I have with everyone. Gotta get the full government name out there because apparently else people don't feel graced. Like, damn, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, them saying I've been weird ever since V-Card, which also isn't true. We've literally done a collab ever since. We've talked ever since. I contacted her for a technical issue that you guys said she also had ever since. Just a bunch of stuff that makes me sound weird and competitive when, again, reflecting. That one screenshot started it all. And I was like, that's fucked up. And I gave Nano the receipts of it's not true. Somehow, before Nano worked on my 3.0 model, that wasn't a problem. Everyone who is in contact with me, anyone who is close, even my viewers, everyone knows I suck at Discord. And she knows that too, because it happened last year as well. It's why we have a group chat with her and Buska and me. So if she wants to plan something, she knows where to go. And she has used it in the past, recently. So anyways, yes, I am guilty of dodging a collab, because I simply didn't fucking feel like it. And yes, I am guilty of ghosting 2 messages where she asked for a collab. Which, by the way, she also only does when there is something business related. AFK drop, U-card drop, any event, any debut, any announcement, any merch. Then I'm important. Long story short, that was the one message that got everything rolling because I explained how that's weird, that's cringe and manipulative. If she has a problem, why not come to me? And boy, that's where it started. That's where poor Nano realized that there is more such incidents. She has critical thinking and she's like, if this is weird, are the others also weird? The ones where she literally on the screenshots
has the most damage
says she feels bad for doing all these things she's being asked to do. And obviously, me being a friend, I talked to Nano and I was like, Nano, I'm gonna be honest, some of the stuff you have here is heartbreaking. I'm thankful for you showing this to me, but I highly encourage you to share this with the people affected, especially Bao, but because, you know, that one nasty one where she sabotages Bao. And Nano, the fucking Giga chat she is, agreed a few days later because Bao had surgery. So it took a while. We made a group chat. Can you imagine? That Giga chat fucking whale comes out of surgery and has to deal with this. That group chat we used to expose everything. Not just, you know, from Nano's messages and having to deal with her manipulation, but we also came to realize that everything that happened to us individually those weren't isolated incidences. It was a year-long pattern. Everything connected. It was a pattern that consisted over years. And respect to my friends, we all decided after all of the receipts and obviously being very emotionally unstable to sleep over it for a night. Give it one night. Let's sleep over it. The next day, once everyone was awake and had time to deal with their emotions, we all still knew this has to happen. This isn't just to expose what she's done to us. This is to expose the fact that she is doing these things. Complete speculation. But if that's the stuff that happens in this circle, what else could happen? Again, speculation, but we were like, we would feel terrible knowing that she conducts business throughout the next couple years, hurting more people like this. Turns out it was just a bit bigger than our...
Yeah, actually there's that too. There's really that too. For how long she would keep doing things like this? All the time damaging more people over the way? We would have no idea. I mean, we have no idea of what was happening up until now. So,
group. And we all knew she was gonna throw her manager under the bus. When you look at the screenshots and you know her and you see the manipulation, the first fucking thing you know is she'll throw her manager under the bus. Everything went live, and you know what she's done? The first thing they both did, they messaged Nano, going, Nano, please. You know what that absolute fucking Giga chat did? Blocked. We knew this was happening. Whatever. We've said our piece. There's no reason to continue to dogpile onto it. But then, the next evening, the quote-unquote apology dropped. But it wasn't even an apology. It was, I'm sorry you feel this way. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry you got caught in this. I'm sorry I was manipulated into hurting you. Fuck of an apology, bro. And one thing that struck me specifically is when she dedicated a section to me and someone else. I am going to be super petty. Not even a section for myself. For someone that is so upset for me not naming her full fucking government Twitch.tv name, for someone to just put me in a document as Lily when previously referring to me as the other gamer subs owner. I don't even get a section for myself with my name properly fucking written. Come on, bro. Don't be such a hypocrite. You don't get to be upset at that shit and then put me there, throw me in there and be like, I'm so sorry, I had no...
Do you guys think, by the way, that she was watching this live? Do you guys think that she was watching Lily while she was live talking about this? Because she probably said more stuff than this, because I'm seeing many cuts in the video. So I'm wondering what else she said there that was not worth putting here. If she said or she was even more harsh than she is being here. Not that this that she was talking here isn't enough, but I'm just wondering, because if I wear Cinder shoes, I would be watching now everything. I wouldn't be capable to take my eyes off of it. For real. I would be watching everything all the time, not every reaction, of course, but every of the her friends' videos and taxes and documents and whatsoever.
And that's when I got mad, because no knowledge my ass. A lot of what we know is hearsay, because the girls spend time together. Vacation, travel, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the stuff that we posted about is only stuff we have hard-coded receipts for. But there is also more receipts, verifiable receipts, that weren't added to the doc, because either there are smaller things that just only really become a problem when added up, or they were a little too private to be shared. For her to claim she has no knowledge when I know for a fact she does, but I have no proof other than hearsay, it reminded me of that one fact, the one receipt we do have though, where she herself personally throws me under the bus, and I made sure to quote her own words, because again, that screenshot isn't public. She'll know what we're talking about. And the fact that she only took accountability for stuff that's been published and not the stuff that was kept hidden says enough for me. To have her use me as part of an excuse as to why she had to let her friend down, that very same friend that spent months of prep, hard work and effort and received a million empty promises, just because a couple days before that she wanted to reschedule a V-Card collab to, you know, make a nice big boom as a collab and sell a bunch of boxes to make some bag. Imagine for a fucking collab. Could have had the collab any other day too. Could have been a day or two earlier. Could have been a day or two later. She rescheduled that collab to be on that date. She put it there on that date. People saying, why didn't you handle it private? We did once. And she's only deflecting and pretending to be apologetic when put on the spot. No proper apology from her
Matrix move.
before
Matrix
the
move
crash out.
again.
None. She's only sorry when she gets caught, because she knows fucking with that friend that she fucked with will mean the end of her career. Because if you're not good standing with that person, you're not good standing with like probably 80% of the indies that matter to her. She wasn't sorry because she fucked over her friend's opportunity on a day that she said she'll be there. She was sorry she was caught in true narcissistic, selfish, egoistic.
Exactly. This kind of people, this narcissistic and stuff, they only got sorry to get caught. It's like a cheater. And it was also one of the things that she did for a coincidence. Or not, like full NETR.
Would you ever do a collab again? What, with her? Fuck no, of course not. With others, of course. With my friends, of course. Obviously. Oh, let me just platform that very same person that tried to deplatform me and all of my friends that helped her get there to begin with. Let me just continue to platform that one person that tried to backstab us when begging to be in our positions. Throwing me and gamer subs under the bus to save her ass? Fuck no. Oh, the pressure I feel. What pressure? The pressure you begged for? The pressure you told them you wanted to have? The responsibility you asked for? Where you wanted to be alongside me? Fuck no. You want a good apology for when you fuck up? You ever need an apology for when you actually fuck up? For when you are the bad bitch? Just say, I'm fucking sorry I acted this way. My greed has caused a lot of damage. Greed that got to me.
Yeah, the least she could do was being honest this time. There is actually nothing else she could do. But this would lessen a lot of the damage. I still think that the damage wasn't enough to destroy her. Not even close to that. Even with this awful answer of her, if she had just admitted and said sorry, even though we know she didn't, it would be very better looking at to her looking at a professional way in whatever else. But why people never admit? Why? I don't understand. How can she look at herself and all of the things that she have done up until now and not realize she's in the wrong for the fucking entire time? Why? How?
From growing too fast and being too filthy rich, but riding on my friends' backs. Instead of seeing how grateful I was supposed to be for it, I saw him as nothing but an asset. I've been truly blinded by how absolutely malicious, vile and toxic I've treated them behind the scenes. Pretending to be a friend while separating business and sabotaging them. I can never repair the damage I've caused. And I see now clearly what it truly means to lose everything that you were supposed to be grateful for. I'll take some time away and hope to better myself. I'll never be able to repair what I've broken. But I can try and come forward and be a better person in hopes to have learned from this absolutely awful thing that I've done to my most closest and most supportive, loving friends that are the sole reason I have this platform to begin with. Boom. Just owe up to it. Take some accountability. Just be like, yeah, I've been a dick. Yeah, I've been a fucking ass. Yeah, I've been blinded. So blinded by my success and money. And greed for even more. The greed was unbearable. Yes, I'm terrible. Of course I wouldn't fucking believe her. What the fuck? Manipulator. But it's the only way to set things right. And to maybe not be a fucking laughingstock for like the next half a year. Subscribe for business!
Yes, exactly. Base Yorka. Base Yorka. with that background. But before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank you all my patrons that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my Three-Tailed Fox tier members Heath Rowell and Fenny Sylvy for the incredible support to my work. You guys are amazing. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. Oh my god, that was amazing. Well, that's it. We are at 46 minutes of recording already. I will put some timestamp in the video as a subtitle, maybe very big, very huge, to say to you guys. To jump to the minutes that I start to read the tweet and then her video, because yeah, I think I shouldn't had to read the Sinder's response, but I will put that anyway. Just I think I read enough for anyone who passed through this video to notice that she was in the wrongdoing. I mean, in the first page, you can realize that already. If you are aware of what happened before and read just the first page of that whole document, it is enough. It is enough. You don't need to go through all the 7 pages. For real. For real. And you not be able... I mean, you will never you will never going to have the will to go through it because it's just disgusting. I just couldn't handle. Thank everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check my links below. Patreon, Discord. If you have some problem with Patreon, for example, you can be also a YouTube member. It helps a lot. Consider this. You guys can also help hype in the video. It's free. I see you guys in the next one. And thank you for watching. Bye.